Halló, halló. Sæl öll, ég ætla að tala ensku ef það er í lagi. Þetta er mjög lítið borð. Hello everyone, welcome. Please make your way forward in the hall. More people are coming, so they can join in the back. Thank you for coming. This is the second time that Smart Data is hosting an event like this. Last one was approximately a year ago, where we basically unveiled the solution as it is now, but it has transformed a little bit. Many of you know the team of founders that is running the show behind the scenes. It's quite impressive what they have been building now for years, and I continue to be impressed by their endurance and steadfast fighting against the trend while trying to maximize what they can as well. So welcome. I'm not going to keep it long. Stefan is going to come up here and explain a little bit what the company is doing, and he's going to basically do a show and tell. He promised not to do a lot of slides, but I see 39 slides now, so I'm a little bit scared on the screen, but yeah, please enjoy the evening. It's also Stefan's birthday, so happy birthday, Stefan. I promised not to sing for your sakes, but yeah. Please give a round of applause for Stefan, who's going to lead us through what they have been building now and are rolling out into the world.
Awesome to see you all. 39 slides, not counting the animations. So let's keep this brief. My name is Stefan Baxter. I've been a member of the IT startup scene for the longest time. Started this journey when I was 18. The interest in artificial intelligence and how it could be applied to daily business operations date back to 2013. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the context suite. Now, I would like to start with a short intro for those that don't know what we're doing, and this is going to be extremely awkward, so just lean in. Because when I start talking about technology, if anybody zones out in the back or falls asleep, just raise a hand and I'll move it forward. Cool. So what is the context suite? Well, the context suite is built on the idea that business data and not yet. So thanks, Gisli, one of our investors, vote of confidence. If you see Gisli, is the idea that that business data and contextual data, the outside world data, with all the influential factors, the demand drivers, and all of those things, should be paired together at all times. So what you're seeing here is our solution. So on the left is the operational data. On the right, there is the context data. And then, of course, in the middle, there is advanced data science and AI. Now, another way to think about this is to think of a system that kinds of gets to listen to everything. So we have operational systems, all types of operational systems, and they report what they're doing. For an insurance company, this might be claim filed, or insurance issued, or collection letter created. Gissur, you're giving me the evil eye, you know that? Okay, cool. So that's the semantic events, the meaningful events of a business. Of course, many business operations have another type of data. This is the time series data. This is everything that's ongoing, whether it's manufacturing or not. And these two worlds, if you can combine them into one, create the big picture that's worth analyzing. And that's when you combine this with the external context, you start to see your data in a completely different light. Now in the middle, all sorts of technology, AI, cool stuff. Cool. And really, really cool on the bottom there. So the reason we apply this data, this technology on the data in real time as soon as it's created is because data loses value over time. And if we can immediately enrich the data, assemble it in this big picture and analyze it, we can get to actionable intelligence that has the highest worth possible, because the diminishing value of data means that it's not really good knowing in 2 months' time that something bad that happened could have been avoided. So that's why we are doing this continuously. And with these, we're creating actionable intelligence, observations, or as we like to call them, opportunities. These could be sales opportunities, service opportunities, security, and otherwise. What does this mean? I'll give you an example. A telco might see a sales opportunity if Gissur here moves from a neighborhood with without fiber optic cables to a neighborhood with fiber optic cables. Maybe that's a sales opportunity to call him up and offer him fiber optics, right? Sorry? Cool. I love this. Let's keep it up. So, and then the fourth pillar in what we're doing is making all of this data really, really accessible. It shouldn't, regardless of the technology that you use, the BI, R, Python, whatever you want to, tools you want to use to get to this data and use it, we facilitate that. So another way, and the technical part is almost over. So I can see the anxiety here. And yeah, you there? It's good. It's going to be good. Sorry, joking. Is a logging system. Everybody here in technology understands logging, and logging has 2 layers. It has the system logging. How are your machines doing? How much memory do you have? Is the CPU struggling or not? And then the next layer on top of that is the application logging. This is, did you log in? Did you look at something? Did you put a product in your cart on a website? And that's application logging. And in this space, there is a plethora of really, really big companies that are doing great just in this application and system logging space. However, the top of this pyramid is the business events. The business events that I mentioned earlier that are more complex, in lower volume, but they really mean something when they happen. Somebody buys something or returns it or files a claim, as I mentioned earlier. And this business logging is hardly existent, or when it exists, it's fragmented in all the different business solutions. And this is what we bring together. Yeah, I'm with you. We're on a roll. And this business logging, this is our place. This is where we want to rule. Okay, so since we last met, I'm very, very curious. How many of you were with us in KEX last year? Thank you for showing up again. To the newcomers, I appreciate you being here. So since the last we met, a year ago, we have used this technology, this platform that we're building, to do all kinds of different things. We are doing stockout detection for a grocery store chain in real time. I'll just ping me afterwards and I'll tell you everything about stockout detections, right? We have done advanced data visualization for mobile networks. We have done smart grid electricity prediction models. We have done sales opportunity analysis, meaning monitoring incoming issues. If there are sales requests, we evaluate how good of a lead that is. We have done a net promoter score analysis and taking the text feedback and sentiment analyzed that. We have taken product images. Now, this is one of the most fun projects that we have tested out. Can't wait to take this further. We took product images, and with multimodal LLMs, We hijack all the product information of the images themselves. Does it contain allergenetics? What's it packed in? Has it any kind of certification or all the details automatically, saving loads of work. We have done a tax specialist, tax and tax law specialist that is so accurate that even though the specialists at Skatturinn have asked us to change a lot of things, actually. Not once have they complained about a wrong answer, and we think that's quite remarkable. Now, another fun project was to take telephone calls in Icelandic and transcribe them, convert them to text. And we tested different technologies that claim that they can do this. But it turned out that they can do this for Bogi Ágússon, reading the evening news extremely slowly and clearly, as he does. But when people call up a support center, they're all kinds of ships. Some of them should not really be calling. And to be able to transcribe that was a massive feat, and we loved that. So, and then we did the advanced support agent, and we did that with Arctic Adventures. This has been an ongoing project for Elvar, my son. Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot. Advanced support agent. And this has been an ongoing project with Arctic Adventures, and I really have to give them all the credit that I possibly can. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about exactly this. So I have a video. Haha, you didn't see that? It's long. Where is Christian? And I'm going to kind of walk you through the video because for me, it shows what makes a great agent system. And everybody can build a GPT agent. It takes you 5 minutes to do this at home. Now, what we have built with them is extraordinary in many ways, but it has nothing to do with us. It is no magic that we are doing. The magic that's happening behind the scene is that they decided to allow the agent to talk to their business systems. So it's going back to their product information management system, it's going back to their inventory system, it's going back to Bókun and all kinds of systems to provide support, automated support, to their customers. Now, if you're going to build something like this, please know that talking documents are a fun party trick. If you really want to achieve something, allow it to talk to your systems, at least read from them. But actually, only 2 weeks ago, this agent started to write into systems for certain things, and it's changing everything about the support that they can automatically provide. Now, these are two numbers, and I guarantee you will not have seen numbers like these when it comes to agent like this. So the first number is 60% of the cases are solved or partially solved on first contact with the agent. The second number, and before I tell you what the second number, and I might be giving this away, please raise your hand if when talking to a chatbot, the only thing you say is human. All right. 30% is the percentage of people, 3 out of 10 request to talk to a human when talking to this agent, simply because it can really, really help. Now, working on this, I called Birkir. Birkir, where are you? I'm going to call you out. Yeah, thank you, Birkir. And I pitched him a small idea, and this is the kind of partner Arctic Adventure is. And is that what would happen if we could use agent technology to convert product search into a product conversation? What if we can engage the customer in a conversation about the products, and doing so, we would achieve, hopefully, better conversion rates, remains to be seen, but we at least get all the feedback from the customer. We can analyze the feedback in a whole different way. I'm going to show 7 videos. Are you prepared? Here comes the first. Everybody ready? And please keep this up. I mean, heckling. I can do this all day. So, yes, I'm going to show a video. And this one actually has sound to it. The last time we played the sound, it was so loud. Just prepare to be shocked by how loud the video is. And yes, okay, so what we did here was we took the form that's up there, we took the search results, and then we injected an embedded chatbot. And I want to believe that this is the first time you see an embedded version. What do I mean? Well, you all know this pop-up version, right? This is not that. This is an agent system that's a part of the web page, and it was unbelievably easy to integrate, and it will be even easier to integrate it into the next solution. What does it do? Well, let's have a look. I would like to go lava caving, horseback riding, and maybe snorkeling. So, I'm not sure if you caught what it did just then. I'm not talking about the speech to text. That's the easy part. The hard part here is actually to take the conversation that's happening and turn it into meaningful data that the form can use to update itself. So it's completely immersed in the website. It's taking part in what's happening on the website. So you can see the filters updating based on the conversation. Are you ready for another video? Cool. I will be there next June with my wife. The two of us are looking for a 2 to 3 day trip. So, I know there are images missing. Bear with me. This is on staging. And forgive me for not trying to, attempting to do this live. I don't have the balls for that. So what happened now, though, is this. Not only did it update the form previously, but because it's been listening to the search results, it returned its own search results in a way that the web application could just use without any effort. So this embedded sales agent knows of all the products, has a conversation. This was a short one, yes, granted. They can be a lot longer and more complex. And updated the environment and returned its own products. Now, and Birgir, thank you again. Can't wait to get this into production. So, raise your hands if you have seen something like this before. But you're lying. Yeah, so I'm not including our staff. Okay, guys, you can put down your hands. No, but okay. So now we are at the time where our product is becoming fairly mature. There's still a lot of things to do. And I mean, we are not all the way there of building a platform. Building platforms is really, really hard. But now in this next step, it's all about self-service. It's about allowing our customers to help themselves. And it's about allowing our partners, like Hallo, thank you, Odni, to service their customers, channel partners and otherwise. So let's look into that a little bit. So what we started by doing is taking, for example, the chatbot for Arctic Ventures, and we can simply configure all of that now. We go into services, We open up the public chatbot. We can configure the look and feel and the features and how it's going to be react. But we can also look at the prompts and the helper functions that we are using. So a big step towards self-service. We have started using this ourselves, but it's not quite ready enough to be used by customers, but we are close to that. So it's really, really interesting what happens when you have an embedded chatbot or an agent that can interact with a web application really, really easily. And it's really tempting to start using that for your own product. And of course, as a company, Smart Data is helping businesses apply AI. It would be really, really strange if we didn't do the same. So what I'm doing here is that I'm asking the chatbot, and of course there are typos there. I mean, after all, I put it in. So I'm asking the chatbot to write a prompt for me. We found it funny. It was kind of meta, a prompted agent being prompted to create a prompt for another agent. You get it? And what happens in a scenario like this is you can have novice users get the help that they need to set up the system. So here, I thought I was a better typist than this. I'm still at it. Come on. You can do it. Almost done. And as soon as we type in the instructions or ask for the help that we need, all right. Maybe I should have sped this up. By the way, no videos that I'm going to show, and this is relevant later, have been sped up at all. So it writes the prompt for us, but prompt writing is really the simple part. Let's take another example. What about integrations? What if I want to create a helper function that actually does something? Mind you, in this video, it does something just really, really simple. It's asked to provide a function, helper function, that goes out and gets a Zendesk ticket, but to return it only if the ID and the email of the customers on the Zendesk site and the supplied ID and email on the user site match. And I'm thinking awkward silence while I type this. Or pretending I'm typing it. Or wishing that I had sped up this video again. So you can pick. But or building suspense. Maybe this was all planned. So here we are creating a helper function with AI. We're asking the AI to help us out to build actually this helper function. And it simply does. So we want to use this in so many different ways, making sure that when we onboard new customers, that they can really help themselves. And we hope, we believe, but we hope, believe, that this will make onboarding of customers a lot easier than it would be otherwise. So, then we, as a part of making customers self-sufficient and channel partners self-sufficient, of course we need to be able to create dashboards. So a dashboard builder is another element that we are creating. This is something that we haven't started using ourselves, but we are about to, and getting along a few customers to do the same. So self-service in BI, being able to navigate data, is something that we are extremely interested in. We find, or I believe, it's my personal belief, that 95% of all dashboards are garbage and that people don't use them. However, the people that really use them a lot. And I have another question. How many of you fetch coffee while waiting for data? Oh, there is one. There are two. You know what I'm talking about. Those that don't know data Let me explain. Most current systems are so slow that when you want to do a query on the data, you have to wait for up to the time that it takes to fetch a cup of coffee, right? So I wanted to show you something. Super fast dashboard, super fast data solutions underneath. So our data platform excels on workloads like this. Now let's have a look at something. The data set that I'm about to show you contains about 20 million monthly rows. That's nothing, but it's very strange because those 20 million monthly rows contain about 7.5 billion metrics in them. And I'm going to fetch this. I'm going to go and I'm going to fetch a month of data and see how we perform. Oh, sorry, we're done. Let's move on. Another example, we have data that's completely different. It has few metrics, but it has a lot of rows. In this instance, 1.5 billion rows since the beginning of 21. And what we're going to do now is we're going to change from hourly to daily settings and then fetch all the data. And the video is missing. No, hang on. It stops. Interesting. Okay, awkward again, video failing. But anyway, I'm going to try to tempt this one more time because it's really, really cool. And no. Come on. The video. Yeah, so I hope you saw it. It takes less than a second to fetch all this data. So one more thing, when you're navigating data, the ability to break it down and filter it and do what is called cross-filtering and break it down by different things is also needs to be fast, just so that people keep people engaged. And here we are doing that for immense workload, filtering out things, breaking them down by different things, and all of this is instant. Now, this is not what we do for a living. We are an applied AI company. But why does this matter? Because this needs to be super fast for our analytics to be super fast, to be able to run them in real time, to be able to retrieve and create that ultimate value that we talked about earlier. Now, embedded agents can be used in so many ways. So why not use them? I mean, last year we showed you a simple query where we could ask the dashboard and it would give us data back. But why don't we do a little bit more than that? Show me the last 3 days with hourly granularity. And show me urgent, priority only, broken down by inbox. But what if we could even take this a little bit further? What if we could explain our role, explain our use case, and have the agent system build us a completely new dashboard? That's where we want to go. But in the meantime, we are doing all sorts of tricks with this now. And it can help. It can help the people that feel lost when they're dealing with traditional data systems. Show me the Hans Rosling preset. Play. So those of you not knowing Hans Rosling, it's an internal data joke. You just laugh at it when you get home. Just Google it. It's unbelievably funny. But I must admit that the play function doesn't exist, and this was just me on the keyboard moving forward. But anyway, I wanted to show it to you as well. But the use cases are endless. So I want to give you another extraordinary use case. And this is a very, very simple job application form. It's a mock-up. It's not really realistic, but it proves a point. Forms can be hard for some people to understand, especially if they speak a foreign language. What if we could use the same technology as I introduced you earlier to make conversational forms that actually the forms help you fill them out? So what would that look like? Please, please play the video. Yeah, I don't find that funny. So what's this form about? It starts by explaining to the user what this form is and what's required. So what if you can give it information in conversation? And I didn't record anything, didn't want to, keeping the audio videos to a minimum. But what if I gave it information just in text, and it would take what I told the form, and it would, in one language, and it would output it in a completely different language. So again, this is not the biggest invention in the world. This is just, for me, innovative use of this technology, standing on the shoulders of giants and applying AI in a meaningful way. But let's take this even further. Let's see what happens if we take a completely foreign language that I think nobody here understands and see what this engine does with that. And it fills out the form. What if we take it even further? And we can even take it further than this. And we can drop a PDF in there, have the agent read the PDF, and autofill the form. So the sales agent that I started off showing you, we're going to spin that out as a separate product powered by the Context Suite. We want to is an experiment by ours. You will be invited for that party as well, so that's coming up. And these things that I've been showing you now are a small part of what we've been developing for the last 12 months. Now, I'm extremely proud of the work that we've been doing, and it's this team, amazing team. So we are born in COVID. We've been remote first from day one. We are all over the world. These are 6 nationalities, 5 religions, 7 locations, but sadly still only 1 gender. Yes, Catherine, I saw you grinning over there. Thank you. You're absolutely right. We need to change that. Been doing amazing job. Now, the investors and our board, I would really like to thank you as well. Your support has meant a lot to us. And Tækniþróunarsjóður, without them we wouldn't be here, for sure. So, and without our development partners, that actually are the ones that not only pay for our development, but they come to us with the use cases, and they allow us to continue building this versatile platform for their needs, testing out our hypothesis, maturing our product, finding the win-win at every turn. Extremely meaningful. Thank you all. In the last 20 months plus, this has been one of the most fun journeys for me ever. I mean, I've been involved in applied AI and believed that AI can transform business since 2013, early 2013. We're achieving, since September 2 years ago, amazing story. But we're only just getting started. Now, in '96, this is almost 30 years ago, I got to be a part of another amazing team, Gæðamiðlun and then Hugsmiðjan, that were companies that were consultancies helping businesses with a transformation. It was a massive transformation. I didn't believe how lucky I was to get to this massive chasm of and having the ability and the good fortune to be allowed to move every customer over that chasm manually, understanding the web, using the internet. But we did it manually. This time around, we want to do things differently. This time around, and by the way, when the brunt of the web transformation was done, I thought I would never see such a transformation again. I thought, my generation, we got to know life pre-computers, pre-internet. And these are two massive transformations. I didn't think I would get to see the third. But now that we're looking at the third, we are determined to do this in a different way. We're not going to do it in a non-scalable consultancy kind of way. We're going to do it with a platform that can be used to move small and medium enterprises in mass over this chasm. That's what we're building. Now, I find this chart that Sequoia recently published extremely interesting. They show companies that make $1 billion in revenue that were created either by the cloud transition or by the mobile transition. And mind you, those transitions are smaller than the web one, and they will be dwarfed by the AI transition. And they point out that even though the underlying technology giants are already there, that the application space is still empty. The first $1 billion revenue company doesn't exist yet. And that's where we want to be. Now, that's a long and hard journey. And it starts by having the guts to say it out loud that that's where we want to be. So thank you all for coming. Been a pleasure. Now the real fun for those that make the harsh journey will be at Laugavegur 11, where we have food and drinks at our new offices. I hope to see many of you there. Those that don't make it, I completely get it, right? But it will be, that's where the fun is at. But thank you for coming.
Ég ætla að fá eitt fótó af stofnandanum fyrir framan hópinn. Vildu sýna okkur 30 sekúndna þolinmæði.